What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching Tech Now. Today I'm going to be recapping Apple's event that went on earlier this afternoon, and they unveiled a couple new things such as new iPads, MacBooks, and software for the Macs. So stay tuned and enjoy. All right, so I haven't made a video in a while, but I really haven't. This is really going to be my jump start to my channel. Basically, from now on, I'm going to be doing more frequently doing videos and keeping up with the latest news from in the tech world, which includes gaming and technology stuff like phones and tablets, stuff like that. So let's get on to the main topic of my video before I keep rambling on. It's Apple's event today, October 22nd, 2013. Apple had an event where they launched multiple devices such as the new iPad and the Mac. I said this earlier. Well, let's get right to it. So they started off. They talked about OS X Mavericks, and that was something they actually announced during the summer, and it actually launched today. OS X Mavericks is the new operating software for the Macs, MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, iMacs. If you have any of those, it's a new operating software. It's going to make some programs run more smoothly, have a couple new little bits of improvements, and it should be nice. Nothing too exciting, nothing too much different, but yeah. One of the biggest things about it is free right now. It is available to download. Head over to apple.com and check out more about Mavericks and go download it. It's awesome. Actually, I haven't tried it yet, but it looks awesome. The next thing they talked about the new MacBook Pro. The new MacBook Pro 13-inch is the starting price is $12.99, and that's actually $200 cheaper than the one before that. So that's pretty good. They went over some specs in the new Mac, and it looks pretty awesome. It's powered by a new Intel Crystal Bell chip with Iris Pro graphics, up to 8 hours of battery life. So 8 hours of battery life, that's pretty awesome. Nothing too new with the MacBook Pro, but if you don't if you're really, it's not like anybody that has a MacBook Pro. Like I have the newest MacBook Pro that's actually out right now. It's not I'm definitely not going to get it because I'm not going to spend all that money just for these little things that are probably not even going to make that big of an improvement overall. But I know that people that haven't upgraded in a while might want to upgrade, and now that it's actually a bit cheaper to upgrade, it might be a good chance as well. The next thing that they talked about was the Mac Pro, and the Mac Pro is available for $99, or sorry, not $299, for $3,000 basically, and it has a 3.7 gigahertz quad core Xeon processor and a 12 gigabyte DRAM. And it has a bunch of crazy specs. It's just a high-powered Mac if you're looking for that. It's really expensive though. That's because it's really high-powered. Let's move on to the updates they're doing to iWork. So iWork is iMovie, or not iWork, like iLife, iWork, all those apps. Like iMovie, iPhoto, GarageBand, stuff like that. They did updates to it. They showed the new iMovie a little. It looks a bit different. Couple new features, nothing too exciting again, but that was pretty nice to see. And one big thing was that the new iMovie, the new GarageBand, all those apps are free on any new iOS devices or any new OS devices like MacBooks and iMacs, and the iOS devices I mean like iPads, iPhones, iPods, stuff like that. Time to talk about the main event, which is the iPad. This one took me by surprise, and one of the biggest things was that they called it the new iPad. They called it the iPad Air. I didn't expect him to call it like a totally different name. I just thought they were gonna call it like the iPad 5, but they called it the iPad Air. The reason for that is because it is way thinner, 20% thinner than the last iPad. And are you ready for this? It only weighs 1 pound. 1 pound. That is insanely light. I don't know like how that's gonna feel in my hands. I know the iPad Mini feels really light too, but the iPad Air, wow, 1 pound. I'm thinking about possibly getting it myself because right now I just have the iPad 2. There it is. There you can see on the side. I just have the iPad 2, and I haven't upgraded in a while, because I really didn't feel like there was a need to upgrade, because the iPads out to the iPad 2 with just like the Retina display was the only really big improvement, and maybe a bit of speed, but that was it. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna spend all this money. But now that it's like a bit thinner, has Retina display, I kind of want the better camera as well. I haven't had the iPad 2 doesn't have the best camera in the world, and I really haven't experienced the iPad with a great camera yet. So I kind of want to do that. So I'm kind of thinking about getting the iPad 2, or not the iPad. I had the iPad 2. Getting the iPad Air, but the also thing they announced at the Apple event today was the iPad Mini, the new iPad Mini. And what makes the iPad Mini new, and it finally has Retina display. That's one of the biggest things in it. It also has, oh, I forgot to mention this. The iPad Air has an A7 64-bit chip in it, like the iPhone 5S, and it also has the M7 chip in it as well, like the iPhone 5S. The iPad Mini has the A7 64-bit chip, but it does not have the M7 chip. It has Retina display, so it's basically as fast as the iPad Air, and it also has the same resolution as the iPad Air. So in terms of which one to get, it's really only the factor of the M7, which we don't really know much about and the size. I personally I'm on the edge. I don't know if I want to get an iPad Mini or the iPad Air, because the iPad Mini could be useful, because I can just use, like, I have my iPad 2 if I actually wanted to do something on like a bigger screen. But if I could save a bit of money and get an iPad Mini instead, I haven't decided yet. I have from November 1st, because the iPads, they come out November 1st, they get shipped November 1st, so I'll be excited for that. They talked about a couple of stats. There are 475,000 iPad apps out there, and 170 million iPads have been sold since the first iPad release. That's amazing. Apple, a great job. I hope you enjoyed my recap of the Apple event. Nothing too special happened, but I'm looking forward to it. Go download OS X Mavericks if you have a MacBook Pro or an iMac. And yeah, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I actually covered the whole event live on Twitter. For anybody that, I don't have that many followers right now, but it's still good practice. But for anybody who wasn't able to watch it, because they did live stream, the Apple did live stream this event. They don't usually, but they actually did today. Follow me on Twitter. I have the link below in the description. When I get them, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one of them, either the iPad Mini or the iPad Air. So when I get one of them, I'll definitely do an unboxing video for you guys and review them, and maybe even do a comparison between the iPad 2 and the iPad that I choose to go with. Subscribe, rate, comment, do whatever you do on videos. And yeah, check back later. See you later.